7:05. This is our regular council meeting for this month. Let's call the meeting to order. Madam Deputy Clerk.
Councilwoman Estime Irvin, Mayor Bieneme,
Here.
Councilman Galvin,
Here.
Councilwoman Timothy,
Here.
Vice Mayor Dezume.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you very much. And now, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. The Pledge of Allegiance will be done by Kessler Brooks from the North Miami Police Department, then Pastor William Vasquez of the Great Arm Church will lead us in the invocation.
If you can all follow along with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor Vasquez, please come forward.
Thank you. Let's close our eyes, please. Father, we give you thanks for this meeting. They're always trying to do your ways, look your wisdom, and trying to do the right way to to please and do help people and do the right thing in this city hall, city town, and the city of Miami. I'm gonna read Proverbs 13 and verse 5. It says, "A righteous man hateth lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and committeth to shame." Number 6 says, "Righteousness keep him that is upright in the way, but weakness overthrow the sinner." Thank you very much. Thank you, God, Father, and thank you for this meeting. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor Vasquez. And it's a major books. Let's move to the agenda. Madam City Manager, do you have any addition, deletions, amendments, deferrals to the agenda?
We were just asked to move tab I to the consent agenda. It's a change order for 48,000.
Tab I to be added to the consent
Consent
agenda.
agenda.
Move approval of I to the consent.
And second that. Now, Mr. City Attorney, is the agenda set?
Yes, Mayor, the agenda is set. You may proceed.
Tab I.
Thank you very much.
That's the bridge.
And what was tab I?
Huh?
It was a change order for 48,000, which is under 50,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the pedestrian bridge along Griffin? Okay.
Thank you. And now special presentation. Proclamation, Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy for a certification of recognition and the proclamation.
Mm-hmm.
Do we go down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy. Thank you all for joining us today. We know the month of, throughout September and October, we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. So we wanted to honor some of our local businesses in North Miami. And today we'll be honoring Choli's with a proclamation in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. Come on up. So it states, that Herrera was born in Mal de la Plata, Buenos Aires. Did I say it right? and grew up enjoying barbecue that her father made without imagining those unfortunate moments would mark her future. And so today, I, Cassandra Timothy, do proclaim it Choli's Day in the city of North Miami in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. Thank you for the amazing contributions that you have made to our city of North Miami, and we look forward to patronizing your business even further in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Timothy. We appreciate, thank you very much for this, we very, by the recognition, value service. Thank you so much.
And the next proclamation that we are going to present is no stranger to the city of North Miami. I think we all order there quite often. And it is Pastry is Art. North Miami Pastry is Art is dedicated to make not only wonderful and delicious desserts and cakes for the community, but also provides high quality desserts for hotels, restaurants, and stadiums throughout North Miami. Chef Jenny was born in Peru and graduated from Cordon Bleu in 1998. So today we'll also present Pastry is Art with a proclamation in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. I love the eggs and avocados, by the way.
I want to thank you, the City of North Miami, for always supporting us through all these 14 years that we've been in the city. And always, we can feel the support. We always see you in the store. We always get those orders, always help us out and keep us stay afloat in business through all these years, especially during the pandemic. So thank you very much for all the support.
And last but not least, I would like to also present a certificate of recognition to our Hispanic Heritage Month committee members. They work very hard month-long putting together all of the events in the city of North Miami, and our Madam Chairwoman, who's actually in our office, Rosa, will accept the honor on behalf of all the committee members. Just want to say thank you for all your hard work. I remember what it feels like to be back there, and I'm rooting for you guys from up here. Rosa? And if you're also a member, please come up. Millie, come on over. Dunya, come on up, come on up, come on up. Chief. No, I think we had Brooks. They put on all the events. They make it look easy, but it is not. All righty, and don't forget to join us at La Gran Fiesta, right? Yes.
Showing this, the tree here.
That's gonna take 10 years.
Eh?
We, that's you.
You have something?
Oh, God, that's a joke. Oh. Love that scene.
Thank you. Do you have any city announcement? None? There's no city announcement? Do you have any appointments? Oh,
There's just a couple though, right?
yeah.
Just a couple. Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, North Miami neighbors, and guests. My name is Tracy Pollock, and I'm presenting the announcements on behalf of the City of North Miami. The following are upcoming city events and other announcements. The City of North Miami Mayor and Council Office launched a hurricane relief effort, which ends Friday, October 21st. Let's join the city in helping our fellow Floridians impacted by the storm by donating needed items. For a list of desired items and drop-off locations, please visit North Miami's website. NOMI Housing and Social Services Department is accepting applications for the Owner-Occupied Housing Rehab Program through October 31st. Assistance is up to $50,000. For more information, contact the Housing Department at 305-893-6511, extension 20000, or housing@northmiamifl.gov. Join Councilwoman Mary Estime Irving and Team of Hope for a movie on the lawn at Griffin Park on Saturday, October 15th, in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Bring your lawn chairs or blankets for a night of family fun. The movie Encanto will start promptly at 7 p.m. The City of North Miami will celebrate Florida City Government Week and will host a kickoff reception on Monday, October 17th at the newly acquired Scott Galvin Community Center beginning 6 p.m. For more information, call 305-895-9815. The City of North Miami will end the celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month with La Gran Fiesta on Saturday, October 22nd from 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at the Mocha Plaza. Just before the night of live performances and dancing begins, the evening will kick off at 5:30 p.m. with a night of honors, a reception honoring the contributions of Hispanic trailblazers. To learn more, visit the North Miami website. And join Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy on October 23rd through the 25th at the Teach to Fish North Miami Business Summit held at the Scott Galvin Community Center. The summit will provide education, resources, and assistance to small businesses. To learn more, visit nomibusinesssummit.org. To stay up to date with NOMI news and events, register for Connect with NOMI at northmiamifl.gov. Also follow North Miami on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at NOMI News. That concludes the announcements. Thank you, everyone.
See, that wasn't bad.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you have any appointments?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The first appointment that we,
Do we have three resolution for Affordable Housing Advisory Committee?
yes, we do.
What do,
We have two.
you have the resolution here? Or,
Yes, we do. Would you like for me to read the resolutions?
no, what
No,
for the
just-
three?
Just the names?
Yeah,
Okay.
who's, the-
Okay. We have Michael McDermott for affordable housing,
appointed by,
appointed by Councilwoman Mary Estime Irvin. We also have Lola Capers for affordable housing, appointed by Vice Mayor Alex Desormeaux.
those two?
Yes, yes,
Can I hear
Mayor.
motion on
So
the
move.
first?
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the appointments of Michael McDermott and Lola Capers to the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. That motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Desume. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Downtown Action Plan Advisory Committee.
For the Downtown Action Plan Committee, we have David Burney at large.
No. I'm just joking. Hey,
Appoint-
Dave.
Appointed by who? Can you be
It's
quick?
at large by City Council at large.
By who? Okay. And the second, only one person?
No, we also have Francis Jacob, appointed by Councilwoman Estimate Irvin. We also have Michael McDermott, appointed by Mayor Philip Yaneme.
It's a
Is
new
it-
requirement. Michael McDermott has to be on.
And we also have Thomas Black, at large, appointed by the City Council.
Can I ask a question? Do I have any opening? Because I don't think my, did I already fill my open, for this board? The day pack?
I don't see it here, but,
Okay, can we
Give me
move
one
those
second.
two and then three appointments? Can I hear
So
a
moved.
motion on it?
Second.
Vice Mayor, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Desume to approve the appointments of David Burney at large, Francis Jacob, Michael McDermott, and Thomas Black at large to the Downtown Action Plan Advisory Committee. That motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
North Miami Youth Council.
We have Angela Fleury May, appointed by Councilwoman Estimate Irvin. Carly Sharma, appointed by Vice Mayor Alex Desorme. And we also have Jamina Sumoaimo, appointed by Vice Mayor Alex Desorme.
What? They are?
You're doing a great job. Kevin.
Great job. Thank you very much. Can I hear a motion on
So
those
moved.
three
So moved, so
appointments?
moved.
Thank you very much.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the appointments of Angela Fleury May, Carly Sharma, and Jamina Sumonano. The motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Desume. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the consent agenda.
Consent agenda. Unless a member of the City Council wishes to remove a specific item from this portion of the agenda, tabs A through D and E and I constitute the consent agenda. These resolutions and items are self-explanatory and are not expected to require additional review or discussion. These items will be recorded as individually numbered resolutions adopted unanimously by the following motion: that the consent agenda comprised of tab A through D and I be adopted.
Thank you very much. Can I hear a motion on the
So moved.
consent?
Second.
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Desorme to approve the consent agenda. That motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Okay. Tab E.
Tab E, a proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, approving an amendment to the housing program guidelines to provide up to $100,000 in expenditures fund to be used towards the rehabilitation of qualifying neighborhood stabilization program, NSP properties, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab E.
Tab E is open to the public. Tab E is now closed.
Move approval.
Councilman, Mr. Mayor, just for a matter of clarification, Madam Clerk, Carly was, the the North Miami Youth Council Board was Councilman Galvin's appointment. Okay, just for the record. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mayor, Vice Mayor.
Thank you.
Tab E, a motion made by Councilman
Councilman Galvin.
Galvin. That's,
I have,
yes, good.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab E. The motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Desulme. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Tab F,
Tab F, a proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the award of fiscal year 2022-2023 Community Development Block Grant CDBG funds to not-for-profit community-based organizations, CBOS, as required by 24 CFR 570.201, parentheses E, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab F.
thank you very much. Tab F is the CBOs, and do you have any question, or if we are okay with it, let's open it to the public. Public hearing is open on tab F. Public hearing is now closed. Tab F.
I did have a question on the one that I questioned last time, and I know I looked it up. The new one that you guys added that's doing, what is it, the Medicaid assistance? Are they here tonight?
Later, she had an excuse absence for
Okay.
I'm
tonight.
sorry, we can't, I don't, mic is on.
I'm sorry. Albert Bazil, Housing and Social Services Director, to the manager. I have a note from her. She have an excuse absence for tonight. She was here the last time. She couldn't attend this year due to work commitment.
You're set? That's it?
Yeah, I just wanted to, hold on, that was the one that. I have some concerns with it, only because that they haven't done services in any other city
Okay, let's move
Yeah.
that one and put it on
Yeah.
hold until,
until we can get
Yeah.
some more information.
can I hear a motion on,
Second?
I have a motion to, is it to defer the item or?
no,
Oh, no,
to
no, I think you
approve
have
the
to take
item
it.
without, what's the name of this?
So we just remove it, we're removing one of the.
Yes.
And we're bringing it back, so.
Yeah, that one
so
by
the
itself
award
in
is,
case.
award remains the same for all the other ones. We're
Yes.
just gonna bring that one
Correct.
back. Okay, we understand.
Who made the motion? My
What's
apologies.
item? You have
It was
the
the
name?
one for Apex.
Number, no, you don't have to say the name. What's number?
Oh, I don't know, it's not my
Oh,
number.
it's not a number.
There is
Oh,
no number. It's
okay,
Apex.
Okay,
Apex,
okay.
Apex Life Consulting, Inc.
Okay. Madam
we
Deputy City Clerk. Is to move forward without,
Yeah, without
the
that.
Apex.
I have a motion made by, who made, my apologies, who made the motion?
I made the motion. Well, I don't know. Well,
And who
I
seconded?
don't even know.
I'll second
I'll
the
second.
motion.
Alright.
Come on, it's gonna be a long night, everybody.
I have a motion made by, Councilwoman Timothy to approve the item at tab F.
We
The
did
motion
state it
was
on the
seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much. G,
A proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, establishing the salary of the mayor and city council in accordance with section 12 of the city charter, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab G.
Thank you very much. Tab G is open to the public. Tab G.
Hector Medina, 1270 Northeast, 124th Street. This doesn't say anything. What, are you increasing your salaries? It only said nothing.
Mayor, your mic.
All we are doing is reconcile the budget. Is that correct? Mr. Sidat?
No, sir, this is an increase to the, council's salary, sir.
Based on what was passed in the budget, no?
Based on what you passed on the budget,
That's
as I
what I
said
said.
at the budget hearing, you can do it at the budget hearing. However, the code requires there be a specific resolution
Yeah.
doing that. If there's any change to the salary, it has to be done by resolution.
Okay.
I'm happy to speak to it.
Tab G is open to the public. Tab G is now closed. Can I have a motion on it?
Second?
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Desormeaux to
Where
approve
they
the
put sponsored
item
by Councilman Galvin? It was
at tab G.
the administration. It was something.
The motion was seconded by
It was in
Councilman
the budget.
Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay.
Motion carries with a 3-1 vote.
Tab H.
A resolution of the tab H, a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager and the city attorney to negotiate and execute an agreement with 300 Engineering Group LLC in the amount not to exceed $219,942 for the provision of smoke testing services for the assessment of the city's sanitary sewer system in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in request for qualifications number 08-17-18, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab H.
Tab H is open to the public. Public hearing is open on tab H. Public hearing is now closed. Do you have any questions, about,
So moved.
Second?
those are operations that's need to be
I have a
fixed.
motion made by Vice Mayor Desormeaux to approve the item at tab H. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you.
Tab J.
Tab J, a proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the waiver of the evaluation committee procedures contained in section 7-138 of the city of code for request for proposals number 70-21-22, improvements to Claude Pepper Park, renovations to Joe Celestin Center, and development of adjacent vacant site in accordance with section 7-120 parentheses B of the North Miami Code of Ordinances, providing for an effective date and all other purposes.
Tab J. Can you, Mr. City Attorney, can you just give us a quick?
Yes, sir. So as you know, this is an item that was brought up before. We had this item, this procurement came out before. The manager made a decision to reject all bids, and we put it back out to bid. There was an issue. There were several issues that came up during that procurement, and we asked to take it back, to put it back out, make some changes. At the time, we were trying to get it out as quickly as possible because we know that this is a priority for the councilman from District 4. So we were trying to get it out during the hiatus. One of the things that we wanted to change was because of the nature of this RFP. This is an RFP. It's not an RFP where we dictated what the requirements were. This was an RFP where we just went out to the world and said, hey, we have this piece of land. Tell us what you can do with this piece of land. One of the issues that came up at the last time we did this around, it was that it would go to a selection committee, and the selection committee would make that decision. However, because this is so subjective, only you all could know what's best for that district and what's best for that land. So what we wanted to do was to make sure that instead of a selection committee will be involved to make sure that everyone meets the minimum requirements. However, we believe that the council should be making the final decision. So because we had already put out the RFP, we actually extended it so that we can make this change to the RFP. This was planned, however, we just couldn't do it because it was issued while we were in hiatus. So that's the recommendation. The recommendation is you approve this, which would allow us to waive procurement rules, the city's procurement rules, and allow this particular RFP to come to the council. We hope that you support that. The only thing I do have to say, because we have one member missing, is that this does require a supermajority vote. So we would need everyone to vote in favor. If we don't, then it would not pass tonight, which would then mean that for this solicitation, it would remain the same, meaning it would go to a selection committee. Once it came to the council, the only decision the council will be able to make at that point, pursuant to procurement rules, is to reject all bids, accept the city manager's recommendation, or put it back out to bid again. So I just want to put that out there.
Thank you very much. Let's open it to the public.
I have a question for the city attorney. But could the city manager, could she state that she doesn't want to make a recommendation and just say the council decide?
Our procurement code doesn't allow that. This is the only procedure to waive bidding procedures. If that would be a waiver of bidding procedures, and it requires this resolution.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Public hearing is open on tab J.
Judy Brown, 1100 Northwest 128 Terrace, North Miami, Florida 33168. I've gotten an explanation. The first paragraph I'm just going to skip over because it was explaining what was going on with the evaluation committee. However, I do feel that it has a purpose. The purpose still exists. So the only reason that I can come up with that our time has come. The 9.5 acres of green space adjacent to the Joe Celestine Center most likely will be developed. And I don't know what's going to be built there. I guess nobody does. I have been before the council many times asking that this acreage be used as a walking track, a community space for the residents of Sunkist Grove and surrounding communities. The residents continue to walk around the perimeter of the park, and we all know at any given time a car can jump the curb and kill or hurt somebody, but who cares? Other cities have developed green spaces that have multiple functions that accommodate different activity for all ages. We are the citizens of North Miami. We have no large grocery chain in District 4, only fast food places. And oh my goodness, how many beauty supply stores do one district needs? We have enough weed people, we don't need any more. Hair weave, we're overrun with that. Right now as I speak, there's a beauty supply place going up on 7th Avenue again. Let me be assured, let me assure you that we like to walk, we like to ride our bikes, we like to sit in the shade and read books, and we even walk dogs. We have dogs and we like to walk those. Putting the residents in District 4 in a box is just unthinkable, but it happens all the time. The soccer field at Ben Franklin is closed. The Sasso pool is not accessible to the elderly, and it's shameful what goes on in District 4. But I know our time has come. So, only thing that I would ask is that the community have some input. Whenever this comes down, whatever is being developed in that space, at least give us the courtesy of calling a meeting and let us just know what's going on before we get another, whatever, shelter or high rise or whatever. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But tab G is not just a proposed development. We're talking about the renovation of JCC and the renovation of Claude Pepper Park, right? These three components in that, right? Okay. Yes, sir.
Hector Medina, 1270 Northeast 124th. I'm here to support my fellow residents on Sunkist Grove, and also remembering Miss Jessica Alton, who strongly opposed not having a park there and eliminating the green space. So that's all.
Thank you very much.
Randy Grice, 40 Northwest 124th Street, North Miami, Florida. I'm just here to really encourage the council to kind of keep things the way they are, keep the evaluation committee. As you can hear, District 4, obviously Pepper Park is near and dear to our hearts. Over in the past, we've had many community conversations about possibly keeping that area and developing it to a track or some type of other green space for people to walk and enjoy nature, or walk their dogs, different things of that nature. this is, I'm happy to see that this area is getting some attention. That's a very good thing, but I would like to see that evaluation committee to still be in place. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you say your name and address if you did?
Yeah, sure.
You did that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, Wendy. Yes. Public hearing still open. Public hearing is now closed.
Should I say a few words, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Yes, as the district commissioner, and I think I just heard Ms. Brown came and mentioned, this is something that's been ongoing for the past 8 years. And I really wanted to wait and figure out what is it that we wanted to do there. All of the things that you mentioned is part of what we talked about in terms of the walk space. We don't know what's going to come out of it. So that's the platform where we are asking for all of the things that you think we should have had, and I also think that we deserved in the area. So this is definitely moving in the right direction in terms of the city. It took a while, but we want to make sure we got it correctly. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Your mic.
I'm not gonna say the good part. And in the RFP that we put out, the first phase of the project is the rehabilitation of Claude Pepper Park and the renovation of JCC. Yes. Right?
That's correct.
Those are the first phase of the project. Then you can talk about development.
Mayor?
Question? Yes.
Yeah, I have some questions. So essentially what we're doing is we're removing the evaluation committee internally. And I noticed that it requires a supermajority vote. Vice Mayor, would you wait till we have a full council to discuss this? Only because I know right now, I know we're under a cone of silence, so I don't know what I can and cannot say in terms of this project, in terms of, you know, how much was done to gather input from the residents.
Because what we are doing now is not about the project. All we are doing is waiving the recommendation of the committee. We're gonna make the decision here.
So, if I can do a point of
Yes.
clarification, we were planning to still have a committee look at it so they can review it.
Okay.
But the final is here, so we're not like getting rid of the committee. Although,
Okay.
but the waiver is a general waiver, but it allows for us to kind of make that decision. So we're gonna have them review the proposals and then it'll come in front of you.
But they won't be scored.
No, exactly.
No.
That was one of the issues. And,
Yes.
and again, the only reason I'm speaking, the procurement director's here, the only reason I'm speaking is because as the attorney, I'm one of the few people in the city that the developers can talk to. So I heard all the developers. This is what they wanted, because what happened was we got four very different proposals. I mean, it was completely different. It was completely different. And our selection committee consisted of employees.
Yeah.
There's no way that the 4 or 5 employees that sat on that selection committee can guess what this council wants. There's no way that 5 individuals from the community can know what you all want, because this is such a
Exactly.
subjective. It's such a subjective RFP, and we don't do this. I mean, even in the P3 that we're talking about, we don't do this. The P3 we lay out, here are the
Yeah.
parameters that we want. In this case, it's just not fair to have a selection committee try to guess what the council is doing. So we're saying, please let us, and you know, and to address some of the comments,
That's coming
they
to
can come
them.
to you all, the residents
Yeah.
can come to the council and say, council, this is what I want, but they can't come to a selection committee and do that. So
Yes.
that's why we're doing this. So I think it's gonna make it better for the residents, not worse. We're not trying to, you know, pull the wool over anybody's eyes. We're trying to make it actually
More
something
transparent.
that, more
Yeah.
transparent.
So when is the cone of silence up? Is it October 7th?
Is it when it's when the bids are, when there's a recommendation? Well, tell them, yeah.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
When you, go ahead.
So normally it's once like a recommendation is made, but there won't be like a recommendation, so it'll be when it comes
It comes
forward
to-
to come to you. But we
So
can.
could we-
After the
can do that.
publication.
Yeah, the thing is, because we're waiving the procurement code, we could probably just say,
We can just-
we can close it
We can close it
when
with-
it's done. When it's
So,
done
and
and
then-
reviewed by because the evaluation committee, all they're gonna do is make sure that all
The
the requirements from
requirements.
the procurement were met. And at that point, I believe the manager could make a recommendation
To now
to
forward it, and that's
forward
when it
to-
should be over.
And that's
And
when
so
it would
when you
end.
guys forward it to us,
That's when it would
I'm
end.
sure the commissioner at that time can, bring it out to the public to kind
Yes.
of,
And if I may, council member, that was one of the things, and sometimes I don't know if we do a good job as government explaining things because residents think that we are. No, this, and I agree with with administration. The way they were gonna do it prior was the committee was gonna make the recommendation to us. And I said, I think it would be best if we do make it where the public and us will see the presentation, and then we make the final score. So this is getting it more transparent for the residents and us, because essentially we wouldn't see what they have except when they gave us the recommendation. And I said, no, I think us and the residents should at least see the presentations and us making the recommendation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. If there is no questions, can I hear a motion to approve
So
tab
moved.
G?
So moved.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab J. The motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Desulme. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you.
Tab K.
Tab K, a proposed first reading ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, amending Chapter 8.5 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Miami, entitled Flood Damage Prevention Ordinance, to clarify some provisions and to repeal building evaluation requirements, and providing for applicability, repealer, conflicts, severability, and an effective date. Tab K.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The amended ordinance eliminates the 2-foot above the base flood elevation or crown of road regulatory language and replaces it with 1 foot above the base flood elevation Florida Building Code regulatory language for all new and substantially improve buildings in the special flood hazard area. Also, it also eliminates, also there's additional language for the regulatory crown of road and also the crown of road, the definition of that.
Okay. Let's open it to the public. It's not Chinese to me. What's that?
No.
No. Let's open it to the public. Public hearing is open on tab K. Public hearing is now closed.
Move approval.
All they're doing is to allow the elevation to be at 1 foot instead of 2. It's
Yeah,
up
so
to
it was
you.
in conflict with the Florida Building Code, so we cleaned up the
Oh,
language so it
okay,
could be the same,
okay.
because that was like an issue when developers came.
Okay.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab K. The motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Desulme. Mayor Bien-Aimé, how do you vote?
Aye. Yes.
Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote?
yes.
Vice Mayor Desulme, how do you vote? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and also I apologize for not identifying myself. Mayor Jean, Building Director of
Who
the
is
City of
he?
North Miami. Sorry about that.
Tab L.
Quasi-judicial items. Please be advised that the following items on the agenda are quasi-judicial in nature. If you wish to speak in favor of, object to, or comment on an item, please complete a public speaker's card indicating the agenda item number on which you would like to comment. You must be sworn before addressing the city council, and you may be subject to cross-examination. If you refuse to submit to cross-examination, the city council will not consider your comments in its final deliberation. Please also disclose any ex parte communications you may have had with any members of the city council. City council members must do the same.
Thank you very much.
If
Tab
If-
L.
If you are given any testimonies today on the items at tab L, M, and N, please raise your right hand. Stand and Please stand and raise your right hand as I issue the oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in these proceedings is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say out loud, I do.
I do.
Thank you. Mayor, I have speaker cards from the presenters. Manuel Martinez, George Belaben, Pedro Suarez, Marco Morero, Michael Morero, Ernesto Toledo, Leonardo Anillo.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Okay. Tab L. Proposed quasi-judicial resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the site plan for a 7-story, 342-unit mixed-use development with a ground-level amenities courtyard, 518 surface parking spaces, and 3,158 square feet of ground-level retail space on an approximately 7.60 acres real property located at 13855 Northwest 17th Avenue, identified with Miami-Dade folio number 06-2123-000-0060 in accordance with Article 2, Division 7, Section 2-701, and Article 3, Division 2, Section 3-203 through Section 3-206, and Article 3, Division 3, Section 3-302 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances, Chapter 29, entitled Land Development Regulations, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab L.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Clerk. Through the City Manager, Derek Cook with Community Planning and Development Director. As stated, this is a review for the site plan for Nomi Square. Forgive the from Nomi Square. As stated by Madam Deputy Clerk, it is located at 13855 Northwest 17th Avenue.
What address you put?
13855 Northwest 17th Avenue is the location.
1385. Okay.
The property is approximately 7.6 acres. It is Zone PD3. It's designated as mixed use high on the future land use map. It requires mixed use development of 3 or more uses, which requires one of them to be residential. It has a maximum height of 110 feet and a density of 45 units per acre, and through bonuses, they can add 15 more units for a total of 60 units per acre through the conditional use permit process. Specific to this development, they only doing 45 units per acre, no bonus units. As you know, this item was approved by a conditional use permit by City Council at your September the 27th meeting. As stated by the Deputy Clerk, the project consists of 342 units. It has 7 stories. It would have 4 live-work units, and it will have 3,158 square feet of commercial use at the location that is associated with the live-work units. Public access will take place off of Northwest 17th Avenue. There will be a 528 feet passive shaded linear park that runs along Northwest 17th Avenue. And as stated, the ingress and egress will be off of Northwest 17th Avenue. There'll be 518 surface parking spaces and enhanced stormwater retention and certified green building construction and Florida native vegetation. The Development Review Committee approved this item on September the 15th of 2022, subject to certain conditions as included here, that install a 6-foot wide sidewalk along Northwest 17th Avenue, provide proof of lead or equivalent certification prior to certificate of occupancy. All utilities must be underground. Applicant must install and maintain all sustainable building comments and commitments as stated in the CUP, and obtain a certificate of use and business tax receipt, and apply for a building permit prior to April the 11th of 2024. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Mickey Marrero from the law firm of Burke, Howardell, Fernandez, Larkin, and Tappanis at 200 South Biscayne Boulevard. To my left here is Manny Martinez, one of the principals of Integra Investments and the developer of Nomi Square. With us also is our development team there, if you need to hear from any of them, be it traffic, architecture, or whatnot. We were here 2 weeks ago, as you all remember. Actually, we've been in this room on this project many times. We're very, very excited to be here today. We hope this is our final public hearing before you all on this exciting project. Just to remind you all, this is a project that there was a previous approval here for a charter school, but unfortunately that project did not go forward because there was some contamination on the site. Our client, Integra, has the experience and the wherewithal to handle those types of situations and remediate properties. They've successfully done it in other projects. One primary example is Aventura Park Square, which is fully built now and a very successful project. Here, as Mr. Cook said, it's an exciting mixed-use project with 342 beautiful new units in this area. You were talking about Claude Pepper Park before. This is right near the park in an area that I think District 4 is really reaching its time. It's going to be an exciting time for all these projects, and we're excited that Councilman DeSolme has been supportive of this project, and we're really happy to be here. I don't need to go over the whole project again, but I can tell you we had 2 very robust public meetings. They were very well attended. We were here before the Planning Commission, which approved this project unanimously. We were here before you all last month and several months before on the brownfields designation. We worked incredibly well with your staff and really found this project to be a great example of a developer working with staff to achieve the development standards that you all have adopted in your code, which make a better project, a more resilient project, and we're able to do that without really maximizing the development potential. We could go up to 11 stories here, but the project is at 7, making it really compatible with the community. We could ask for a density of 15 units per acre bonus. We're not asking for that. We're asking for the as of right 45, which gets us the 342 units an acre. In addition to all the conditions by the DRC, we're also providing a linear park as one of the mixed uses that will also be a give back to the community. It's a beautiful park, as you've seen in the renderings. So with that, I won't go over the whole project again. I hope you all are excited as we are for this project. Our team is here and available to answer any questions you may have. And with that, I ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's open it to the public. Public hearing is open on the project.
Good afternoon. My name is Lola Capers. I reside at 13920 Northwest 14th Avenue, where my resident is less than 300 feet from this development. I have resided in this location since 1997, and that property has looked like that from the time that I bought my house. We are excited. The land is contaminated. Integra has worked with the community very closely. We have had 2 community meetings, and they listen. I didn't see them putting the renderings, but the concern of the community was, are they going to be able to overlook in my yard? Well, the rendering and the way that the property has been designed, no, you can still sit out on your back porch and don't have to look at the buildings. So, that being said, I'm asking the commissioner and this body to please approve this project so we can go forward and have that land finally developed.
Thank you very much. Public hearing is now closed. If there is no question, can
I have one
Yes.
quick question. Real quick, this is for the site plan, this is more for Derek. Derek, in the site, in the picture that I'm seeing, I know we've gone over these, well, with the developer a couple of times. The artist studio, that's not a neon, light that would be on that. Is that?
No, and
Okay.
there's no signage is approved with the site plan or with this.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have to go through the building permitting process.
Awesome, thank you. So move.
Mr. Mayor, just a
Yes.
question too, for the developer. And just for public knowledge, we did have a lunch at Alaska Coffee House, and thank you for entertaining me. You'll remember that I said to you then that I have concerns about the environmental cleanup at this site. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you're confident that this will be taken care of if we vote for you tonight?
So, good evening. Manny Martinez with Integra 150 Southeast 2nd Avenue in Miami. We have done a lot of environmental studies on this property. Our consultants feel that there is remediation to be done. There is work, soils that we have to remove. We already removed about 2 trucks of soils in sometime in between March and April. There was the hazardous, the highest level of hazardous material from the property. There is additional testing that we have to do. Part of what we're doing now is processing a clearance and demolition permit so that we can go through the permitting process. The indications that we have gotten from DERM, from all the environmental consultants, is that even though it's contaminated, it can be remediated. It will cost some money, but it's not the worst property that we have seen in the past.
And do you feel confident you'll have the financial resources to clean this up?
Yes, we believe that we have the environmental assessment well delineated. Again, we have to do more studies, but being able to afford the cost of the environmental remediation. By the way, we have experienced other properties with environmental contamination. Aventura Park Square, and I have a rendering here, is a development that had contamination in.
Right. I don't want to belabor. If your answer is yes.
Yes.
That's a great answer.
It is.
Thank you.
Yes.
Glad to hear that.
The
Wanted
answer
to
is
have it
yes.
on the record.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And thank you very much for to the city council for your leadership. To Vice Mayor, the Mayor, and really the staff has been phenomenal. They've really crossed the T and dot the I when it comes to reviewing the project, looking at conformity with your zoning code, and we appreciate they have worked tirelessly. So thank you so much to Derek's staff and Debbie.
Mayor.
Yes.
In terms of this project, I did meet with you guys a few months back, early on before the Brownsville designation. What infrastructure improvements are you all making? And I think this question is more so for the city manager as we conduct this study of what our needs assessments are to determine, if we're going to have a, project, there and then some additional construction going, in Quad. Like, what are our infrastructure needs in that area? Or is that study taking is the study taking
Yeah,
those projects into
That's the
consideration?
one that we put. It's taking place now.
Okay.
We hope to have it done by December.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so does this project also include infrastructure improvements or?
It does. Water and sewer are provided by 2 different municipalities. Unfortunately, the city of North Miami does not have water and sewer facilities near the property.
Okay.
And so we will be connecting to Opaloka sewer. We have to go through public streets. We have to install a force main that will connect to their force main and a private lift station. For water, we also have to extend water from Opaloka Boulevard all the way to the north of the property so that it can connect to the city of North Miami Beach. And that obviously benefits the community at large because we're basically improving infrastructure and flows in the area.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have your motion on?
Second.
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Desarnais to approve the item at tab L. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Desulme, how do you vote?
Can you disclose that you met with them if you
It's been so long, I can't
Okay.
remember. I think maybe earlier
no,
this
they
year.
have to stay
but
that
we,
then. Okay.
we
I,
met.
I also met with the developers in multiple occasions. Thank you.
Councilwoman,
Mm-hmm.
Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor Bieneme, how do you vote?
Yes.
Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can you read both tab and
Thank you all very much. We're excited to
M&M?
get started.
and
Okay.
that's
Tab M, a proposed quasi-judicial first reading ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, providing for a text amendment to chapter 29 of the city of North Miami Code of Ordinances
Thank you.
by amending Article 3, Division 2, entitled General Development Review Procedures, specifically at Section 3-216, entitled Unity of Title Covenant in lieu thereof, to modify the definition of unified development site, providing for repeal, conflicts, severability, correction of scrivener's errors, codification, and for an effective date. That's tab M.
Mayor, I
Tab
would
M.
suggest you take these each
Each-
by each.
each
Yeah,
one?
because this
Oh,
is,
it's not
remember, this is
accompanied?
quasi-judicial.
Okay. Tab M. What
Thank you.
exactly we are doing? A quick over.
So, what we are really doing, Mayor, is we had in our code in section 3-216, when you wanted to do a unification of property, specifically if it was separated by a road, you couldn't do it. This language is going to allow for you to be able to unify your properties, even if you have a right-of-way that separates it. And that would be in accordance with what you're allowed to do with Miami-Dade and with most of the jurisdictions within our county. And we're just coming in alignment with everybody around us.
Thank you very much. Tab M is open to the public. Tab M is now closed. Can I hear a motion on tab M?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab M. The motion was seconded by Mayor Bieneme. Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Desulme, how do you vote? Yes. Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor Bieneme, how do you vote?
Yes.
Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Tab N.
Tab N. A proposed quasi-judicial ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, providing for text amendment to chapter 29 of the city of North Miami Code of Ordinances by amending Article 4, Division 3, entitled Special Purpose and Overlay Districts, to further clarify development standards, ORIACI, providing for repeal, conflict, severability, correction of scrivener's errors, codification, and for an effective date. That's tab N.
Yes. What it is, Mr. Cook?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Derek Cook, City Community Planning and Development. So in a nutshell, what we have here is, so in our code, when we originally introduced our overlay districts, we had the Neighborhood Redevelopment Overlay District, we had the Planned Corridor Overlay Development District, and that was it. And then we introduced North Miami Transit Station Overlay District and the Special Development Overlay District and stuff like that. When we first introduced these overlays, the PCD was supreme. You can get the most height and the most density from that overlay district. But when we introduced the North Miami Transit Station Overlay District, it trumps that now with greater height and greater density. And we have situations where we have both of these overlays overlapping. And because of the language in the code says that the PCD takes precedence over all overlay districts, when you have that overlap, you cannot take benefit of the North Miami Transit Station Overlay District bonus height and density. This text amendment will correct that and allow for that dominance of the PCD to no longer exist, so you can take advantage of your North Miami Transit Station Overlay District when the two districts overlap.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's open it to the public. Anyone wish to speak on the item? Tab N is now closed to the public.
Move approval.
I have a question.
Yes.
Remove
I'm
my
sorry.
motion.
Who did this, this, I guess, error, or well, not error, but who did this affect? Like, did this affect any current development that we had ongoing?
Yes, it was actually, a developer came to me and said, "Oh, I have a development on Northeast 125th that I would like to do, but the PCD and the North Miami Transit Station overlay intersect, and we would like to be able to develop at the North Miami Transit Station overlay district. Can you do anything about that?" And with that, through the manager's direction, we came in with a text amendment to remedy that oversight.
Okay,
to
so
allow for
nothing came
development.
before us as of yet?
No,
That
the
item
development
not-
has not
okay.
come before you yet.
Okay,
no.
that's what I wanted to ensure, that we didn't hold up anyone. Okay.
Move approval.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab N. The motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Desulme. Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Desulme, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor Bien-Aimé, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much.
Tab O, discussion regarding P3 Public Outreach Report.
Where's that?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was a tab O.
Let's move that discussion to the next meeting.
So it's not a discussion, it's just a report.
On what?
It was just a report, it was just a bringing back of the report that was requested at that meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do that next. Thank you very much. Citizen forum? No citizen forum?
Nope.
Council report?
Oh, yes, citizen.
Oh.
That happened kind of quick. William Prevotel, 12,000 North Bay Shore Drive. I'm going to bring up something that I had handed out a flyer at the end of the last meeting to everyone. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to look at it. Let me preface this by saying I do not represent any developers at the White House Inn or represent any developers along Bay Shore Drive. What I am trying to do is orchestrate an opportunity for the city, which is to take the White House Inn site, which is not desired by many people at all, which is an obstruction at the entrance to our city, which is sort of looming over Keystone and creates other problems, particularly traffic problems. And what I'm proposing is that we get these parties together and we take the capacity of the White House Inn site and we put it on top of along Bay Shore Drive, where the person, the development company, BH and related, get their profit and more, where no one is hurt. And what the city gets out of this is bigger, better buildings, less dangerous to construct, more profitable in terms of jobs, short-term and long-term, and a much, much greater revenue stream. What they were presenting as being sort of X profit originally from the White House Inn site, you could be having 10 times that if we bring it to the south in a much more accommodated way. What does the city result with in? Well, not only do we get incredible revenue from a high-end luxury condominium that can actually pay for our infrastructure, a project that could actually start to pay for our infrastructure, seriously, millions of dollars each year, and we would also end up with a park at where the White House Inn is. So therefore, the city would then have this gateway park. It's not taking out the existing park, it's having both our existing park and a new park. It increases the value of Keystone, increases the value of everybody throughout the city as being a nicer, much better gateway. This makes a great deal of sense for all parties involved. I hope you will consider it and look forward to speaking with you further. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Citizen forum, still open. Wendy? Thank you very much. Citizen forum is now closed. Council report. District Council.
I know the communication manager stated it, but just wanted to reiterate that we are, CRA City, myself, we're hosting a business summit we're gonna kickstart it on Sunday, the 23rd, and it will go into Tuesday, the 24th. And we partner with the Miami Foundation, who just recently announced a $20 million grant opportunity, and North Miami is one of the seven targeted cities that they are targeting for this grant. It's for, cities that did not receive, the PPP grants and so forth. So they've identified certain cities, and North Miami was one of them, and they'll be on site to give that information. They have a grant the grant opportunity that's closing November 7th. So please stop by, visit their website. It's open for business, the Miami Foundation, and we're hosting this business summit for our North Miami businesses. So please tell a friend to tell a friend.
Thank you very much, Councilman Galvin.
Yes, sir.
No. Thank you very much. Clerk report,
No report, Mayor.
City Attorney's report,
No report, Mayor.
Chief of Police report. The chief is coming. What about the deputy city manager? Yes, ma'am.
So I needed to bring up the matter of November 8th. It is an election day. It is also the date that we would have had a council meeting. We would proffer alternative dates. Proffer November 10th or November 15th. I understand
No,
that
that was 7.
Councilman Galvin may have a
That was 7.
Councilman Galvin may have a conflict.
Yeah, I had planned to be in Colorado, basically November 7th through the 11th, coming back on the 11th.
Can you
So,
move it?
Well, I have already bought my plane tickets, so, you know. Well, I had spoken to the management who said we probably wouldn't have the meeting that
No, we
Tuesday
gotta
because
have-
of the election, which was normal for us, so I.
Gotta do it Monday or Tuesday.
What, the
Yeah.
7th you're saying?
Yeah, be on the 7th.
We can't do the 14th?
When is 14?
That's
That
a
following
Monday.
Following, no,
Yeah. You don't want it the following Monday or the following Tuesday?
no. Gotta be that week.
Well,
Monday,
I might
7th.
be gone after the 11th, because, you know, look, after the 8th, I will be gone, so just letting you
That's
know.
when we gotta
I
do it
mean,
on the
I kind of want to
After
say that
25
I want to
years,
say that
I
he's
will
never
miss
missed a
my
meeting.
first council meeting if we don't.
So he was trying to
do
stay on
that.
his streak
Keep
for
it
his
straight,
first council
Calvin.
meeting.
I've got a commitment that I've made to somebody out in Colorado, to Governor Polis in Colorado. So I'm flying out there to help him with his campaign. His election happens to also be November 8th. So I'd
Oh, you
already,
got it,
I'd
sure.
already made a commitment and bought a plane ticket. I'd have to reassess it.
When are you leaving?
I leave.
We can change a council meeting during the day, no? You gotta be by, no? Gotta be
No,
by
that's in
7?
the charter, it's 7 p.m. Wait,
No,
actually,
no.
give me a second.
Okay, if anything, we have time to
We have
address
time.
that. Yeah, we got it. We will discuss that. We don't have.
Was this
Yeah,
our
we
last
would-
council? We have one more on the,
In the next council.
The only problem is that this is a decision only you can make, so we don't want to violate sunshine.
no, I said we can do it the next council meeting. We have
Oh,
one more
next,
this
oh,
month.
we,
Yeah,
oh,
we
yeah,
have
we're in the
next
beginning, yeah,
council.
okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry, sorry, yeah, I thought we
Yeah,
were
yeah,
there.
that's what
Yeah,
I- that's
yeah,
what
we
I
can do
mean.
that, but we'll
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
it back to you next meeting.
I would be available anytime the week before or the week after the 8th.
Okay,
So, and thank you for any consideration that you might give me.
okay. We'll discuss that, okay.
We'll have council meeting on a Sunday.
Thank you very much. Madam City
I
Manager.
just, well, if it's the week before,
No,
we would, we would
it's
need
better
to know
see.
ahead so that we could advertise in time knowing from the October 25th.
I'll
So if we
say-
want to throw
yeah.
something.
We'll say it. We'll let
I'm
you
not
know.
trying to make it difficult, even though I'm making it difficult. Sorry. I thought we were not going to meet on the 8th.
Okay. Thank you very much. No reports.
Move to adjourn.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you.
Buenos noches.
Motion to adjourn by Vice Mayor Desulme, seconded by Councilwoman Timothy. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries with a 4-0.
No.
We adjourn at 8:17 p.m.